How far would you go to make an impact in the world? This fall, 10 incredible entrepreneurs will visit our campus to tell their stories and share the steps they took to be catalysts for change. The Entrepreneur Leadership Series, the most valuable one-credit class you will ever take.
Okay, welcome to our 10th class session for the Entrepreneur Leadership Series. This is our last session together. A couple things, you know that if you're taking the class for credit, 1 hour credit, you have to have attended 9 of these 10 lectures. If you had a problem for any reason and missed more than that, please contact me this week, okay? We'll talk about it. But if you came to 9 of those, you're good. And then we have the final paper due. The reflections paper is due a week from tonight at midnight. So you got a whole week to work on it. And out there in the lobby on the table, we have all of your summary papers. They're all alphabetized. All you have to do is grab your summary papers and you'll know what you said about each speaker during the entire semester. The summary paper is simple. It's 3-4 pages. You just summarize some things that you learned, some of the speakers that you like the most, what they taught you, how you might apply these concepts in your life. It's very, very flexible. So it's a thought reflection paper. You can write whatever you want about this series of speakers that we've had this semester. So tonight is one of our favorite nights. It's our Shark Tank night. We have 5 excellent student companies that will pitch to this esteemed panel of judges that Russell will now introduce to you, and we'll start our evening. Thanks.
All right, I'm going to try this mic here. Can you guys hear me okay? Yes? Yeah? That was pretty weak. But I'm not going to do that thing where you're like, really give me a cheer, because everyone gets really annoyed with that. Except, I don't know, you're a public speaker. Do you do that sort of thing? Maybe I shouldn't pick on you on that, but okay. All right, I want to welcome everyone here to Shark Tank night. This is a really fun night, and we're going to have 5 teams tonight that we've selected from a lot of the student startups here at Utah State University. They put a lot of effort in here, and they represent a variety of different businesses that have been launched at Utah State. So we'll see product-based businesses and service-based businesses. And this is a fun night for us to kind of see the work that we've done and that the students have done this year. We've got some great judges here. The way that this is going to work is we're going to give out $7,500 tonight, roughly. These judges have control over a portion of that. And so when they, we'll go back and kind of select what portion they would give to every team, and it will be based on the team's commitment, the way that they've developed their products, the way that they have evidence that they have the ability to succeed with these companies. And so we're excited to recognize these businesses and to listen what they have to pitch. So we've got 5 teams. They'll introduce themselves as they come out. But I want to introduce the judges here. We have a wonderful group of judges. Some of these people you've met before, and some maybe are new to you. Our first one here is Steve Peterson. Steve is on the end here. Steve is the general partner of Millrock. I just want to make sure, because I got this wrong last time, Capital and Millrock Development. But he had a company before called AI Systems, yes? That sold to RAND Corporation. I was assuming it was a RAND think tank, but it's a different corporation. I had to look that up. Now, he is someone that makes very good decisions in his life, not just in business. He married well above your weight class, I think. I mean, he punches really well. I know his daughter, I'm not talking about weight, I'm saying she's awesome, okay? You know. Okay, his daughter is one of our favorite people, and we actually invited him here so that she would come and join us today, and so we're happy to, Julia right there. And he is an Aggie, and so we're just excited to have him here. So, Paul Woodland went to BYU. That's it. That's all we want to say about Paul. Actually, it's a great example of how even someone that has had to do that kind of experience, that kind of hard thing, used his charisma, intelligence, and to move beyond. He went and got a real degree at Stanford University after that. Worked for Hooked on Phonics as president and CEO, and with Dreyer's Ice Cream, where he was CFO and brought them from $48 million to $1 billion. And so if you like Dreyer's Ice Cream, it's because, and for a short time you were a French spy with them. You know that story, yeah, okay. So we have that, my ancestor was a French pirate, so I feel like we have that in common a little bit, yeah. Next year we have is Jane Day. Jane is with Strategic Leadership Partners. Actually, Peter is as well. Jane is also, she was in Silicon Valley and with a pioneering company with Palm Pilot, right? Pre-IPO.
None of you remember Palm Pilot.
Yeah. So Palm Pilot was like the iPhone of 20 years ago, or so, yeah. So she actually she joined it when she was 15 years old, so she just celebrated her 35th birthday, and we're just really excited to have her here. And currently working on your PhD at Case Western. Yes, yep. Okay, Peter Foss. Now, I had a question for you. Okay, I read that you grew up in a textile factory. So has anyone read the book or seen Hugo? I kind of imagine is that what happened? You were kind of like running around a textile factory, or what does that look like to grow up in a textile factory?
We lived in an apartment at the factory that my dad was president of.
Oh, okay. Well, it's not.
I got to move machines around and open boxes and everything from when I was 10 years old.
You started your own first business.
My first company when I was 10
Yeah,
years old.
first company when he was 10. So a consummate entrepreneur. He teaches at the Executive MBA program. And one thing you don't know is we both worked for Frank Vandersloot in the 2000s. So anyway, next we have Dan Clark. I read a bit about him that it says award-winning athlete, New York Times bestselling author, and recording artist, and he's in the National Speakers Hall of Fame and one of the top 10 speakers in the world. Now, a lot of those things are easy to verify, but I was thinking about like the athlete thing, like what does it mean to be award-winning athlete? So I went and looked up, what was your yearbook called? Estonia or something? I found it online. And so Dan Clark was an important person, like when East High went against Olympus, he helped them in scoring 20 points. You were one of the leaders on the team that day, and we're just very proud of you for that. Because Olympus High was the top team, and you also beat West that year, which is a big deal. He's in the Hall of Fame. I'm in the CUNA Idaho Wrestling Hall of Fame, so we're kind of in that same area. If you know where CUNA was, it was 1,800 people, so I was really proud to do that. Anyway, we're so excited. Dan is, I don't know if you heard me say that, he is one of the most sought-out speakers in the world. We have a wonderful panel of judges, and I think that's enough of me talking. Oh, I'm Russell Fisher, Associate Director for the Center on Entrepreneurship. I didn't introduce myself, but that's who I am. All right, okay. Now we have our pitchers coming out. We're going to have, this is the lovely Chantel, who will be advancing slides. And first we have Lawn Games Unlimited. Come on out.
All right, I'm Jared Larson.
I'm Nedra Larson, Jared's wife.
And I'm Dakota Oldham, not Jared's wife. We're in Utah.
Your boss comes up to you and says you're in charge of the next company party. You have 200 people to entertain for 3 hours. A few food options start coming to mind, but what are you going to do for the next half of your event? That's what I thought. You need Lawn Games Unlimited.
We take the headache out of event planning by taking care of consulting, delivery, setup, game instruction, entertainment, and takedown. That way, you can be the hero of your event without it becoming a full-time job.
We offer 6 different party packs ranging from $149 to $2,000, depending on the number of participants you have and the event you're hoping to host. Our smallest event option is our classic party pack, which services 20 to 50 people, which is perfect for birthday parties and family reunions.
Our largest option entertains over 1,000 individuals, which would be great for an end-of-the-year high school celebration or a huge work party.
In 1 month of being up and running, we have created a website and constructed our complete team of 2 sales managers, 2 event hosts, and a social media specialist.
We hosted our first event of the season last Friday, and we have 8 more events scheduled for these next coming weeks. We tested this concept last summer for 12 weeks, selling just a single game, and generated $23,000 in revenue.
With your help, we'll be able to establish our first location in Ogden by the end of September, and this will further our goal of having 6 locations throughout Utah by the spring of 2023.
Thank you so much for supporting Lawn Games Unlimited. We look forward to hosting your next event.
All right. We have about 4 minutes for questions. So, Sharks?
I have a quick question. How do you market? And who's your target audience? How would you prioritize? I saw your list kind of flash up there of who you're targeting, but how would you prioritize that?
Yeah, our target market would be business owners, church leaders, community leaders, and heads of households. And the way we market is we have 2 sales managers, and they can consult with their network and schedule events. We also have our social media specialist, and so he's working on getting that up and running. If you look up Lawn Games Unlimited, we're the first YouTube video and website to pop up.
Yeah, Dan. Yeah, so we were planning to spread to Ogden. That's our next location, and that would go towards our inventory as well as purchasing a trailer for delivery. Yeah, currently we have a $8,000 inventory here, and then to establish a new location, we can start off, it's $10,000 with the combined inventory and a 6x10 enclosed trailer.
Who else has a question? You guys pass that around.
So what is your vision of the future? Where do you want to be in 10 years?
Yeah, thanks for asking. So throughout this next year, we're going to establish our 6 locations in Utah, and once we have our processes down and we built a strong core team, we're going to open up franchise opportunities throughout the rest of the nation.
So do you have any idea what it cost you to invest in each location?
Yeah, so it's an average of $10,000 once with the trailer as well as the inventory, and then on top of that, then we go to the final slide. We pay our sales reps 20% commission, you can see up here, and then our event hosts who deliver anywhere from $400 to $40 to $100. And so those are the main costs, and then of course you have insurance, which is anywhere from $600 to $800, and then besides that, just having a vehicle on hand.
So your people expense is variable?
Yes, that is correct.
Do you understand the significance of the leverage of a contract? So if you went and got 8 or 10 new clients, you pay for everything without us at all.
Yeah.
That's the hope, but a little extra money doesn't hurt.
So if you have 3 or 4 clients that call for the same night, and then let's say you have some large parties that do the full package at $2,000 a night, how much inventory do you have to have for that large project and personnel? And then how do you accommodate, if there's additional demand on that night?
So we're in the process currently to tripling our inventory. Right now, we have 1 trailer, and with the help of you, we would be able to add 2 more trailers with all of the supplies. And with tripling it, we would be able to have inventory to work with our huge and ultimate party packs as well.
And how many of you are necessary for a pretty good sized party?
And so we only need one event host on site, and they arrive anywhere from 30 to 60 minutes beforehand to make sure everything is set up 10 minutes before the event begins. And so, yeah, they get there earlier, the bigger the event.
One more question? Is that it? All right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Lawn Games Unlimited. All right. Next we have Hero Cleaners. Come on up.
Do you see how dirty these windows are? We need to have these cleaned.
Yeah, you're right. This is the second story, though. I'm not getting on a ladder to do that.
What about all these cobwebs up here? You need to get those down. See how dirty the sides of our house are?
Yeah.
And the gutters need to be cleaned too?
Gosh.
We're here to help.
Hello and welcome to the Engineering Career Coach Podcast. In this episode, I have the pleasure of talking to Sonia Price, career strategist, salary advisor, about career.
Just some technical difficulties. We do engineering as well, so. How many of you guys have had that feeling before? You know, there's so much to do around the house, no one wants to get it done, right? I know I have. Every Saturday was always a struggle with my parents. You know, are we going to do chores? Are we going to go out and do something fun? And we're here to help that problem.
Now, Sharks, we may not be as cute as my little niece and nephew, but just like them, we are here to help. So that homeowners don't have to spend time, so they have more time doing things they enjoy, spending time with their families and doing things they like to do. Not up on a ladder, cleaning windows, cleaning gutters, or worrying about the house being clean. My name is Cam.
And I'm Braden.
And we are Hero Cleaners.
And Cam can speak for himself. Some of our employees are pretty cute. So, last year was our first year in business. We did over $60,000 in revenue with a profit margin of 45%.
Now, the most important thing about last year is that we started in 2021 in June, and in just 4 months, from June to September, we did over $50,000 in revenue, and almost all of that revenue came from just windows, with a 42% profit margin.
Now, how many current or former sales bros do we have in the room? Yeah, you looked like one from the start. I got you. So most of our business does come from door-to-door marketing, as you can see here. A few quick comparisons in the industry average. Our contract value is higher. We have higher profit margins, so the company and the salesmen are making more money. There's less competition. No one wants to hurt. You're the third bug guy I have this week, right? So the most exciting number is this bottom number here. That's our biggest contract for the year. As we start getting more services implemented, our average customer is going to be spending more money.
Now, as far as this year goes, just in April alone, we have over $16,000 scheduled and ready to get serviced. And unlike 2021, this year, we have a lot more revenue coming from other services opposed to last year, from power washer, gutters, and other services.
Yep, our customer base is realizing that we do a good job. They're trusting us with more business, and that's the key to growth in the future, is pushing packages with different services, as well as our monthly subscriptions.
And for the near future, with funding, we are looking to open a new office in Salt Lake and expand into more services. Now, Sharks, no need to get on any ladders, because the Hero Cleaners are here to save the day.
Thank you.
I want to hire you. And I also want to hire our lawn games guys. This is the benefit of being here, right? So how do you guys plan to grow, say over the next 5 to 10 years? How do you plan to grow your team? It sounds like you're growing quite quickly. Have you hired
So right now we have one sales rep and about 6 employees. Right now we're getting a lot of people in for training and trying to get ready for the season start when schools ends. And for growing.
Yeah, I mean, it really comes down to our training programs, training people the right way. We live in a great place for recruiting. I mean, you know, it's a college campus, a lot of great, bright minds, all entrepreneurs themselves. They fit right in with us. We have a great recruiting pool right here.
What is your key, or your plan at least, to have repeat customers year after year after year?
So right now, we officially started as a side hustle. It was in 2019. And to this day, we have customers that we've been doing since 2019. So our customers love us, and we've really focused on making sure our service is, we market ourselves as a quality service. So we're targeting higher income homes, and marketing ourselves that way.
So what is your competitive advantage?
So I would say our biggest advantage is when it comes to the door-to-door. I mean, there's not really anyone in the industry doing gutters, windows in the door-to-door industry. We're able to make contact with customers, get them on a service. Once we show them that we are doing a great job with windows, we go every month. I mean, it's different than most people, right? Once the customer likes us, they end up doing other services as well. It really does set us apart.
So you mentioned training. I have a follow-up question. What is your training?
So we're currently still working on the training manual. It's still work in progress. We have a training manual. We have videos together, as well as, you know, seasoned veterans going out with younger people, in-person training as well.
How do you wash a window?
Right, yeah. So
How do you clean a gutter? But what about the class action suit that will come if you hire a complete loser?
So we do have insurance. We're covered up to $1 million.
No, the vetting process. How do you know you're going to hire the right, good, clean, pure, powerful, positive human being to represent your brand?
So right now, we've thought a lot about the people we want to recruit, the people that we want to wash windows. We want people that knocking doors, and we really come to the conclusion that we need to create a culture, and it starts with the leadership, and to be able to teach people along the way and not just hire somebody and expect them to, you know, fit into that role that we want. Instead, we're shooting for more sustainable growth by teaching and creating a culture.
Hiring the right person.
I mean, hiring the right person is great, but I think most of it comes down to a lot of training and leadership as well. As of right now, we're doing meetings with everyone we hire, personal ownership to employee meetings. Obviously, we can't do that forever, right? But hopefully through that process, we're training people to become like us, to vet like we would vet, and we'll end up getting the right employees that way.
So what's your secret sauce to keep the streaks out of the windows?
We can't tell you that.
I thought you'd say that. More seriously, how do you determine the price point and know that you're competitive and you're able to scale and
So right now, the profit margin that we have, that was calculated off of 4 months of a crew going out and working, so we were hands off. And we're projecting that our profit margin is going to come down after we have some more overhead costs as far as insurance. We're looking to get another car, some more power washing things. And so we're expecting our profit margin is going to be a little bit lower. And with that number, we're going to be able to, you know, better decide where we want to, you know, put our money.
Yeah, a lot of market research. We're going door to door, so we know what other people are paying. We know we're pricing fairly, right?
So you're selling project by project, or are you selling like X dollars a month for X number of months for doing Y services?
Right, so we do subscription and packages. That's one of the biggest reasons for our growth. We have customers that have us come out every single month to wash their windows, and we're starting to package gutters, power washing into, like, you know, something throughout the whole year. And so we're in the process of refining that and tailoring our service to the customer.
Our model customer is at $6,000 for the year. We're going every month, $400 a month, one deep clean in the spring.
Scholar bag. All right, Sharks, I'm excited to be here tonight. Thanks for letting me present. So I want to begin with a story. And in fact, it's my story. Back in 2019, June 2019, I was in an ATV accident. I've always lived my life to the fullest. I've been active. I love the outdoors. Anything and everything under the sun, I love it. I love going to school, I love my family. And when I became injured, I knew that none of that was going to change. It was all about just learning how to adapt and how to change. One of the things that I quickly realized was people in my situation, myself included, we have this issue of not having the right bag, not having the right accessories as a wheelchair user. Over 100,000 wheelchair users enter college every year anew, freshmen, sophomores, returning students. And this is a really big issue for those of us wheelchair users who are still active, still on the go, still want to live that active lifestyle. Talking about what's out there, there are some options, there are some solutions, if you want to call them that. They're not always the most functional. They're certainly not very stylish. And so seeing this need personally as a user and seeing this need in the community, in this community of spinal cord injury and wheelchair users, I wanted to make the difference and offer the solution. So I want to introduce to you the Scholar. I'll let you take a look at the first prototype. Pass that around. Now, what's different about my design and what I want to see in a bag for wheelchair users, is it needs to be functional and stylish and good looking. It's designed to be worn on your lap or on the back of your wheelchair, so you can take it with you places on the go, to campus, to work, with travel. And one of the things that we're trying to incorporate with our design, you can see here in one of the pictures in the bottom left, this is our second prototype. We have it designed as kind of a bag with a desk incorporated into it. And so you have a desk and a table with you everywhere you go on the go. One of the other things as well is it's designed, you can see here the middle picture, it's designed to attach to your wheelchair so that you can be on the go and active and you can be cruising around through town or through campus and not have to worry about your bag slipping or falling off your lap. I was fortunate enough to come across a company called Avenue. This company's been in existence for a few years, and we decided to partner, and I'm now part owner of this company. And we have this goal and this vision in mind of addressing the mobility and accessibility needs of people in wheelchairs, people with walkers, with scooters, rollators, and we're attacking this issue from both sides of the coin. So as a full-time manual wheelchair user, or as somebody who uses a walker or a scooter of some kind on a daily basis. So what we are solving, as I mentioned, this need for accessibility and mobility. As a wheelchair user, as a walker user, as a scooter user, your hands are tied up and they're not free. You need a good bag, you need accessories that can help you live this active lifestyle and not have to compromise, as well as giving functionality and style. So what we've done thus far, we've created a successful partnership, and I've joined Avenue. I'm now part owner of the company. We have established manufacturing and distribution channels. We have these working prototypes as I've shown, and we continue to use customer validation, customer outreach, and say, hey, are we on the right track? Is this something you would use? Because I know it is something I would. Here are just a few of the many, many responses that I've received from people on social media and personally as I've reached out to the wheelchair community to see, hey, what can be done here? What issues are you seeing? What's not being addressed? Help me solve this issue for all of us. So our next steps, I'm asking for $3,000. Now what this money will go towards is helping further create prototypes, helping procure material, and gearing us up for a big launch of this product, of this bag line to the wheelchair community. So Sharks, what do you say? It's in the bag, right?
Colton, it is all in the bag. So looks like a great design, very comfortable. What are your thoughts on how you plan on marketing it and getting it to your targeted audience?
That is one of the issues that we are facing. Although the spinal cord injury and the wheelchair user community is pretty tight-knit, there are many social media groups, there are many ways to reach out to the community. I found that it's still hard to fully market to them, to really show, hey, this is a new product. Because as a wheelchair user, when I was newly injured, I encountered this issue of trying to figure out, okay, what sort of bags, what sort of accessories are out there? And I came across options, as ones I showed you, but they're really hard to find. They're not very well marketed online. And so that's one of the issues we're trying to address is how can we do this? The way I think we can do it is through these social media groups and figuring out a way to streamline our communication and say, hey, let's get a think tank together. Let's get a group of people together who can reach out to friends and family and kind of use word of mouth, but also use these connections that are given to us by modern social media.
Thanks, Colton.
So your total market is 100,000 people. What market share are you expecting to have?
Just in total in the near future. So that is definitely kind of our beachhead market. Our total addressable market is certainly much bigger, but where we want to begin is with me, using me as the customer persona of active on the go, young college student, member of the workforce, perhaps newly graduated. Ultimately, within the United States, there are roughly 17,000 new spinal cord injuries a year, and that number is only growing year by year. And so total addressable market of full-time manual wheelchair users is between 2 to 3 million.
Do you have any idea what your projections are year by year for revenue and what you need to do to make this work?
As far as total revenue,
yearly
revenue, being really conservative, if we can capture even 25% of the market, about 1 to 1.5 million.
Okay. Are there other companies or groups or so forth that are doing these kinds of things that you can connect with to reach that base of customer?
So are you meaning ways to market and to?
Yeah, are there others out there that you can connect with that already have the database of the people you'd like to connect with?
Not necessarily, and that's one of the same issues that we're facing is there's no direct way to streamline our market. It's a very underserved market in that sense where you have many bigger companies such as Quickie or Handybag where first and foremost, they're known for making wheelchairs and mobility devices, but not so much accessories and bags and that like. And so that's what we're trying to address more.
Okay, one last question.
You mentioned that you had distribution channels established, and I think you started to answer this question a little bit. I thought about to the partnering with others who are providing complementary products, and you've addressed that. What are some of those channels that you've established so far?
So one of the benefits of joining Havenue and partnering with them, becoming part owner of the company is they have that manufacturing relationship. And then as far as the distribution channels, as I came on to Havenue, they were already in 35 stores across the country with their specific bag. And what's nice is it's still a related market in the sense that what we're offering here with the newer bag, the Scholar, it's applicable in many cases to the market of wheelchair users who would shop at these similar locations.
Mm-hmm. That's wonderful. So in store and online, you'd be looking
Yes.
as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yep.
wonderful. And you have a website?
We do.
Okay, what is your website?
So it's havenue.com.
Havenue.com. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks so much, Colton.
Hey, that's a good-looking shirt. Where'd you get it? It's mine. It's out of my closet. So, hey, Sharks. My name is Cody Chu. I'm the founder of Blue Collar Haulers. Blue Collar Haulers is Cache Valley's latest and greatest roll-off dumpster business. Here's a little bit about what my daily schedule looks like. Now, I'm sure many of you guys are thinking, why would anyone want to be in the garbage industry? Well, not only do I deliver dumpsters, but I'm Cache Valley's cleanup king. This fantastic roll-off trailer provides multiple streams of revenue. When people picture dumpster business, they imagine a massive semi that is delivering large, ugly, stinky, and rusty bins to your house. I mean, I can already hear the neighborhood moms complaining on the Facebook group. That's where I come in. This innovative business eliminates the need for those stinky semis to be delivering it. This truck and trailer will bring all the dumpsters right to your house without the semis. Imagine this. You've been bugging the husband to clean out the garage, but he just hasn't gotten to it. I mean, who would want to get their fancy truck all dirty at the landfill? Just call Blue Collar Haulers. The beauty in this business is so good because it's all ran with one person. When you call to book a dumpster, I'm the one that answers the phone, and when the dumpster's delivered to your house, I'm also the one that hops out of the truck. A fast, effortless experience that doesn't cause headaches. Now, everyone is thinking, he only has one trailer. He can't be everywhere at once. Well, that's why this business is so great. I only need one trailer to deliver over 30 dumpsters. But the roll-off trailer is the expensive part. So with only 3 dumpsters I have right now, I'm at my lowest profitability level. Blue Collar Haulers was funded mostly by bootstrapping with my previous lawn care business. I need funding so I can buy more dumpsters so I can service the valley with its extremely fast-growing rate. I constantly have clients asking, can we put concrete in your dumpsters? Can we put rocks, dirt, soil? And while I can't offer that right now, I would take the money from Shark Tank to purchase this concrete dumpster that can handle the brute force of these heavy items. Utah has grown 18.4% in the last 10 years, adding 500,000 people, and is expected to grow another 800,000 people in the next 10 years. This great demand, along with great service from Blue Collar Haulers, ensures the success. My trailer was delivered February 10th, 2022. February 11th, I got knee surgery. So I had to just sit in my bed and look at that beautiful trailer. Okay, February 21st, I was on my crutches delivering my new dumpsters around the valley. In 4 weeks, I've had over $6,450 in sales, and we're just getting started. So, sharks, roll with me so I can master the morning and own the day.
Great presentation, thank you. So, how are you?
No, so right now I'm only at 3 dumpsters. Once I grow to my rate that I'm working 12 hours a day delivering dumpsters, I'll grow and I'll buy another truck and trailer setup with another additional dumpsters, but I'm not gonna hire an employee. I wanna bring a partner onto my team because with great service, you gotta have somebody that has skin in the game. And so I truly think hiring employees, they don't bring great service, but a partner does.
So you had a lawn care business before, what went wrong?
Well, I was mowing 60 lawns a week, and my back can't handle that. I'm only 19 years old, and I'm already getting tired. So I figured this business would save my back, but I'm wrong. I'm back to doing that back-breaking labor.
So I'm wondering, on your presentation next time, if they could turn the music up a little bit.
Okay, you got it.
I think it's a great need. There's a need out there in providing a service. I'm just wondering what your price point is and you know, how you scale it, because you know, I could see a lot of people needing this all throughout, up and down the Wasatch.
Yeah, so if you go one slide over.
By the way, the name is really great. I love that name.
Thank you. Yeah, I want to get that blue-collar community built up. I want people to be proud to be blue-collar. That's right. Well, gets attention. So my pricing, I'm only targeting short-term rentals. The faster I can flip that dumpster and get it renting out, the more money I make. So I'm renting it for 1 to 3 days and 4 to 7. I've got 2 different sized dumpsters. My small dumpster for 1 to 3 days, which is a 14-yard dumpster, that's about 6.5 truckloads full, is $275, and then the 4 to 7 is $300, and then each dumpster just goes up by $25.
The dumpster cost and the whole rig with the truck delivered.
Great question. So I took all my money from my lawn care, half my college savings, and I bought this trailer. It was just the trailer was $43,000. So $22,000 for the trailer, and each bin is $7,500. The big bin's $7,500, the small one's $6,500, and so each additional bin is that price.
So how long will it take you to pay out at one dumpster?
So I'm on track to be paying my entire business off in 1 year. So that'll be $38,000 on my net income.
Good for you. Well, given that I have a dumpster in my garage right now or out in my yard, I'll talk to you right after.
Absolutely, that's right. So I'm on all social media platforms creating content. I have a website, and my biggest thing is those dumpsters have those big names that say dumpster rentals with my phone number, right? Well, I'm going to Sam's Club every night, parking my truck there. I'm putting dumpsters in the Walmart parking lot, so people are like... So if you haven't seen them yet, it's been 4 weeks, you will. You will. And it's got reflective stickers, so you can't even hit it.
I love it. And I love your energy around it, too. You're excited about your business.
I am.
Okay, blue collar holler.
Thank you guys very much.
Hi, my name's Ellie.
And I'm Logan.
And we are Thrift Jam. So Thrift Jam's a company that specializes in curated vintage clothing and secondhand apparel. So shopping secondhand apparel has grown increasingly popular over the last few years. This has resulted in the demand for vintage to skyrocket. Supply, however, is limited due to the fact that the items we sell are impossible to manufacture. But luckily for us, we have found a way to supply this high demand. We have established multiple domestic suppliers who ethically source and ship us each item. This way, we're not digging through your local DI. Okay, so our mission is sustainability. We know that fast fashion, or the fashion industry, is a large contributor to global warming today. We know that 85% of all textiles made in a year end up in landfills. This is why we source our items from rack houses. Rack houses are the last place textiles end up before they get thrown into these landfills. We know that by shopping sustainably, we can all play a small part in helping save the planet.
We have done $33,000 in lifetime sales. And along with that, we have been able to maintain a 75% gross margin on all of our sales. As you can see, over this last month, we have had a recent uptick in sales. This is due to our in-person events we have hosted here in Cache Valley. A week ago, we had the chance to sell here on Utah State campus, which puts us right in the middle of our target market. We were able to bring in $1,500 over the course of just 4 hours of selling. Along with that, we have recently struck up a deal with Stacked Pancakes on Logan Main Street, which will allow us to sell inside their store during their busiest hours of the week. So as you can see, we sell in a variety of ways. The majority of our lifetime sales have come through Instagram. However, we also perform very well in person. The only reason our in-person sales have not caught up with our Instagram sales is because we are restricted by either good weather or a willing venue. However, we plan to shift our business to be able to sell in person year-round. The first part of our plan for growth involves partnering with local businesses, just like we did with Stacked Pancakes. During our trial run with Stacked, we were able to increase their sales by 10%, while also increasing our own sales by $1,000 during that day of selling. We plan to use this example as a model to apply to other local businesses around Utah. The next part of our growth plan involves purchasing a bus and transforming it into a vintage clothing store on wheels. I know that sounds a little crazy, but we feel that retail shopping is dying. No one goes to the mall anymore. People want something new and exciting. We feel that this bus could give people that new, exciting shopping experience. As I mentioned earlier, we were able to do $1,500 in sales after selling for just 4 hours here on campus. With this bus, we would be able to repeat those same sales on a daily basis. We could take our product and put it right in the middle of our target market, whether that be on university campuses or at flea markets. This bus does come with an initial cost of about $12,500. However, we feel it is well worth the investment and are currently working to raise capital. Thank you.
So a bus for $12,500, is that the gas cost per month?
Oh, yeah.
The gas is pretty bad.
Yeah,
They get the one we're looking at gets about 11 miles a gallon.
I look forward to seeing that bus. I think it's really interesting, and I'm curious. You say you have your distribution, so this is product that's shipped to you. And is it current product? Is it like product that isn't selling through the retail chain, and so they have a secondary market? And are the styles current? What was it that those users bought $1,000 worth of product from the Pancake House? What was it that attracted them to your product?
I think it's just the vintage style. It's super in right now, and all of our items we get are usually, 20 years old?
They're about 20 years old, yeah.
20 years old. It's just super in. Like, the trends are recycling, and we're just capitalizing on that.
However, with our current supply channels, we are able to adapt what type of items we're getting and what era they're from. So as fashion changes, we are totally ready and able to adapt with that.
You shared you feel it's going to be super cool. What research have you done to show that it'll be an investment rather than an expense, and how long will it take to recoup?
Yeah, so I did reference the $1,500 number on campus. We have been able to sell that between $1,000 and $2,000 in revenue whenever we go places like college campuses or flea markets. We feel like this bus would also just attract a lot more business to those events we're already selling at. And at the moment, we have to take down everything we own, pack it into a trailer, drive it home, unpack it. So this would allow us to do it more often without any effort other than finding the event and setting up at the event.
That's cool.
So is that where your money would go if you were to be more money to buy your first?
Yes. Depending on the sum, it would either go straight towards the bus, or if it was a smaller sum, we would probably pour it straight into inventory because we have a solid gross margin on our inventory right now. So.
Thanks.
So if you cleared the licensing agreements, you just totally trust your supplier that they've already jumped through the hoops for the licensing so you don't get sued?
By whom?
I just saw these brand names up there, and you got to have permission to sell that brand. So
that is something we will look into.
That's good. Two dear friends of mine, Chip and Pepper Foster, they grew up in Manitoba, Winnipeg, Canada, and that's what they did is they created these T-shirts and went to the lake. You could go to Coachella, you could go to all the music festivals, you could go down to South by Southwest in Austin, and you just kill it. So I'm a big fan of the bus idea. Mm-hmm. You put a little psychedelic kind of a tie-dye paint job on there.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking, actually.
Keep growing your hair. You're going to sell millions.
Thank you. Thank
you. Millions.
One more question. Any last questions?
What about places like Deseret Industry? How is that a competitor?
So that's one.
Wait, can you say it again?
But what about places like Deseret Industries and places like that where clothing is extremely inexpensive?
Oh, okay. So we actually used to go through the Deseret Industries. We've just found that, I mean, a lot of people do what we do. A lot of people resell, but they pick through, it's already cheap enough. Like, college students love going to the DI. It's super picked through. You can't get the supply you need. You can't get quality supply. So that's why we've gone through and established these suppliers, because they're consistent. They have the quality we need at the prices we need.
The types of items are just very different, looking through our stuff versus looking through their stuff. Our stuff is stuff you would see at DI and be like, oh, I'm buying that immediately, but it's a whole rack of it.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to have Mike come on stage, and then I'm going to take the judges back here, and we're going to get things worked out. So let's give another round of applause for those great pictures. Thank you.
Okay, how did you like that event? Pretty interesting, huh? So we do this every year, and we have dozens of student companies, and many of them do have revenue, but it was interesting to see these sales just in this year, right? $65,000, $33,000. So we're very proud of these students that were selected tonight. So I'm your halftime entertainment. I've got a couple songs I'm going to sing for you. Actually, I want to talk about something that I'm extremely passionate about, that I love talking about and teaching, and that is social entrepreneurship. When I started my career a few years ago, many years ago, there were two types of companies. There were for-profit companies and there were non-profit companies. And they had stereotypes of each other. So people in the non-profit world thought people in the business world were kind of greedy. They were only doing it to earn money for themselves or maybe for their partners or their shareholders. And the people in the non-profit world had big hearts, but they didn't know anything about business or leadership or entrepreneurship. And so the failure rate in the non-profit world is actually much higher than in the for-profit world. That has changed significantly today. Today, there are a number of types of organizations that actually solve problems in our world. They solve social problems, problems with the environment, problems with literacy and violence and so on. And these people, regardless of the type of company that they form, they are our new social entrepreneurs. So the definition is just simply applying sound business and entrepreneurial practices to solve a problem in the world that needs to be solving. A social entrepreneur is one who actually creates the organization that solves the problem. So the government has been wrestling with these problems ever since our existence, with literacy, education, with violence, with the environment, and so on, and the problems continue to exist. The greatest success we're having in America now is coming from people like you in this audience that are creating organizations that are addressed at solving critical problems that the government has not been able to solve. Okay? So here are the four general types of organizations I just want to really quickly share with you, and I think the judges will be back in 10 minutes, so I'm going to go pretty quick, okay? So across the top, you have the mission of an organization. Why did that organization become formed in the first place? One reason is to just make money, the dollar signs. Another reason might be that they want to solve a problem with the environment or mental illness or whatever. Down the left side there, you have the outcome. What does that organization produce? Some organizations produce lots of profit, and some solve social problems. So this creates this four-cell typology of types of organizations that make a difference in the world. So let's first talk about the traditional corporation. The biggest donors to education and the arts are the owners of large corporations, the owners and shareholders. If you've ever had an opinion that large corporations are evil or greedy or they're not very valuable, they are the major donors to many of the things that we wrestle with in our world. What they do is they create great wealth, and then they use the wealth as individuals to go solve problems in the world. So I had the privilege of working with the Gore Corporation. It's a $3 billion corporation, 3,000 employees. They all become owners of the corporation. The founding family, the Gore family, said, We're not going to go spend corporate money to solve social problems. We want to make all of you millionaires, but we want to hire the kinds of people that would then use their wealth to make a difference in the world. And so the Gore family and their associates have donated millions and millions, billions of dollars to solve problems around the world. Another great example is our benefactor, John Huntsman. John created his business for the sole purpose of generating some money that he could use to solve problems in the world. I had the chance to sit down with John for an entire day before he passed away, and this is what he told me. I'm not going to read it to you, but he starts off, our bottom line is the utilization of profits to enrich the human soul and alleviate human suffering. So at one point in time, before they became a public company, they were earning millions and millions of dollars every year, and they were taking small salaries, the family members, and they were donating everything that they earned to solve problems around the world. So that's an example of a traditional corporation creating wealth for individuals who are then very generous and use that wealth to make a difference in the world. Okay. Next, we have an actual for-profit organization, but the for-profit organization is created to solve and work on a social problem. Okay? So they might be working on problems of violence or education or literacy or the environment. And a good example is Alison DeBono. What is the solution that Alison DeBono is working on? What problem is she trying to make better in the world? You all heard her speak a few weeks ago. Don't be shy, you can just shout it out. Yeah, please.
Overcoming the toxicity and stigma of modern ballet.
Okay. Ballet is very toxic. It focuses on body image. It's caused a lot of discouragement and depression from people that were kicked out early, that didn't have the right kinds of body or didn't have the right kinds of coordination at early ages. So she's created this studio for every man and every woman. Every person that wants to dance but was told that they could not do ballet for one reason or the other. So she's working on mental health, self-esteem, particularly for women that were excluded from the ballet industry. So that's an example of a for-profit company working on an issue in our society. Okay? So next is what we call the double bottom line venture. This is an organization that's created for profit, but they are then spinning out and using those profits to create another organization or a second organization. And the good example of this is our first speaker, Brady Murray. Can someone tell us what he did? What was the second organization that he spun out of his for-profit company? What problem was he working on? Stand up. Say it louder. Okay. Okay, RODS, Racing for Orphans with Down Syndrome. So he's helping to facilitate the adoption of orphans around the world that are neglected and put in homes because they have Down syndrome. And he's placed dozens and dozens of these around the world and raised millions of dollars for this cause. Okay, the last type of organization is an actual nonprofit, but this nonprofit organization has solved its financial problem. It's become sustainable by selling a product or selling a service into the community or into the marketplace. The best example is our speaker last semester, David DeRocher. David DeRocher was arrested at 18 years of age and spent 2 years in prison. He didn't learn a thing. He was out for 59 days and went back to serve 3 years in prison. He was a little bit smarter next time, and he was out for 4 months before he went back to serve a 5-year prison term. And then he was out for about 4 months and went back and served a 10-year prison term. So 20 years in prison in Los Angeles. He got out for a few months, was arrested again. He was actually the leader of the white supremacy groups in the LA prison system. He was a very bad man, very mean man, and he was arrested again and got a 29-year prison term. If you heard him speak, you know that he was allowed by a judge to go to Delancey Street in Los Angeles and to see if there was any way that a decent man could come out of him. And he actually was very, very successful. He realized that he had made some very bad decisions, that he was living a terrible life and hurting people, and he started getting into service, community service, and serving other convicts and helping them turn their lives around. And he ended up running Delancey Street in Los Angeles for 4 years. He creates, what they do is they create businesses, the convicts create businesses They create landscaping companies, they create thrift stores, they create moving companies, and they learn to become decent people by creating and running their businesses. And he's now saved the lives of thousands of men and women that have prison terms. His facility right now that he opened in Salt Lake, the 200 ex-convicts there owe the state of Utah 800 years of prison time at a cost of about $50 or $60 million. So this new enterprising nonprofit, rather than going out and begging for all the wealth in America, begging people to give you money, they create products and services that make money, and then they use that money that they generate to solve their social problem. So they've solved their labor problem, right? Who is their labor? All the convicts to select from around the world, okay? And the revenue comes, the sustainability comes from building viable businesses. If you look at the Other Side Movers, just look on your phone to the Other Side Movers. It's the top-rated moving company in Utah, 5 stars all across the board. They go into those houses and they move everything with a smile. They're pleasant. They used to move things out the windows. Now they move them out the front doors. And when they leave, they say to the family, they say, you know, we noticed a scratch on your wall. I don't think we did that, carrying the furniture down the stairs. But we're not sure, so we're going to fix that wall for you. We'll come back and we'll patch it and paint your wall. They're just unbelievable. And they're all becoming decent people through this nonprofit, sustainable organization. So finally, the last slide. I told you at the first of this semester that my mother was really interested in me being a teacher. She thought, you know, that's your calling. You're going to be a great teacher. And when I left the university and started my first business, she was a little disappointed that I was leaving something that I could be very good at and very influential at. But as I started building companies and hiring employees, you know, at one time we had 600 employees, and to give them opportunities to grow and to develop and to hire managers and then take that wealth and benefit our communities, I think I helped way more people through creating an organization that was unselfish and focused on service and making a difference in the world. And so I guess the message we want to leave with you that have taken our course is that the way to solve the problems in the world is to create organizations. And there's many different kinds of organizations that you can create. And if you develop the skill set of finding a problem and creating solutions and bringing great people into that organization and creating sustainability, you'll be very, very satisfied in your career and you'll make a lot of difference in the world. So view organizations as something very positive. And we welcome you to join our entrepreneurship program to learn these skills. Our minor in entrepreneurship attaches to every single major here at Utah State University. If you're an engineer with entrepreneurial skills, landscape architect with entrepreneurial skills, a musician with entrepreneurial skills, you have a far better chance of being successful in your career. So thanks so much for being here tonight. And those of you that have taken the class, we've loved preparing the class and bringing these speakers to you. And we hope you've enjoyed it as well. Okay? I'm going to turn the time over to Andy.
How many of you guys have loved this class? I hope that's the case. So let's give Mike a round of applause for putting together this series. Got it. So I'm just going to take a few minutes. This is kind of like the question, it's a little self-reflection, like, so what now, right? I want you guys to think back, or like along the series of the speakers that have spoken here and the messages that they have actually shared. What have you guys felt? Who's felt motivated and inspired? How many of you guys have dreams and aspirations? All the hands should go up, hopefully, right? Like, all of us want to accomplish something, right? And that's what we do in the Center for Entrepreneurship in the Huntsman School of Business. I wanted to introduce this theme. This is our Entrepreneurship Week, which is held the second week in April. It's Impact Now. In my time here over the last 7 years, there's something that keeps on recurring. When I have students walk in and want to start businesses or get involved, everybody has dreams of making an impact in the world. And I keep on hearing from individuals that they want to do that when they're stable in life. Right, I want to graduate, I want to get a stable job, and I'm going to make an impact later on. The reality is you guys can make an impact now. We've set the dominoes up, hopefully, and you guys can just tip them in your favor and just really make those decisions now that are impactful, that can have an impact in your future. So with that being said, Mike talked about the minor in entrepreneurship. If anybody wants to start a business, I know I might be biased. I was in your shoes over 10 years ago. And in similar class, I started my first business because I took classes similar to what's offered here at Utah State right now. Go ahead and go to the next slide. So during Entrepreneurship Week, We're going to send this out in a Canvas message to everybody here so you guys know what's going on. During Entrepreneurship Week, Monday, we have the farmers market. If anybody in this room is selling a product or a service that would like to be considered to be a business on the quad that day to showcase what you're doing, please let us know. Tuesday, April 12th, from 5 to 7, we're having a seed social. That's our social impact initiative. I'm going to talk a little bit about that in just a minute and what that consists of. April 13th is another pitch competition. Those that are in the farmers market, 10 people are going to be selected, I think between 5 and 10, and they're going to pitch for more money, so free cash. And then there's going to be a soda stand on April 14th in front of Huntsman Hall, and we're going to kind of showcase some of our activities and events that we have coming up as well. So just two things to keep in mind. Registration's going to happen in the next couple weeks, summer semester sooner, obviously, than the fall. So there's the Entrepreneurship Minor. Go ahead and go to the next slide. We also have an application deadline for SEED. Who's heard of SEED before? Okay, this program has been suspended for the last 2 years because of COVID. We had to suspend our international travel, and we have, got to be careful how I say this, we've basically been given the green light to go back and operate in the fall, and we were in these 5 countries before it was suspended, and our plan is to go back to each of them and hopefully open a couple other locations. For those that are unfamiliar with SEED, it's an international internship opportunity for students of all majors. Okay, the cool part, how many of you guys like to travel? Who would want to go international? Okay, that obviously fulfills that, but the cool part of this, the piece that I like the most, is this is an impactful way to give back. Okay, you're able to take business building principles and entrepreneurship. If you're selected, it's open to students of all majors. If you're selected, the Huntsman School, doesn't matter what major you are, pays for your housing in each of these locations and gives you a stipend which basically covers your travel to and from the location and some other expenses while you're in the country. If anybody's looked at traveling abroad for a semester, we're looking at a price tag of like $5,000 to $10,000. This, on average, costs our students $500 to $1,000 for a full 3 months abroad, okay? And so you get that travel experience, but most importantly, you're able to impact individuals, teaching entrepreneurial skills to them so they can create a better livelihood for their families. The application deadline is April 17th, and literally it's going to take you less than 30 minutes to fill out the application. Everyone will be considered, and once again, this is for students of all majors. As a matter of fact, almost half the students that have been part of the SEED program have been non-business majors. What we look for, and I know people are taking pictures right now, I will send out more information with the link to each of you in this class, but please consider that. Like I said, the dominoes are set up right now. Be intentional with what you guys do with your time here at Utah State. Make that move, tip the dominoes in your favor, and make an impact now, and join us during Entrepreneurship Week and get more involved in the Center for Entrepreneurship. Thank you.
All right. Turns out I'm not as good at math as I thought I was, and that's what took us so long. So we kept adding up columns of numbers. But we've got some results. Judges, if you want to come in here, come on back. They're still talking. They're not paying attention. Hey, Stephen, Paul, Dan, Jane, Peter. You guys work together. You can talk other times. Okay. Have a seat. So this is the way we're going to do this. We're going to go in reverse order, and each one of these judges is going to talk to each of you about 1 or 2 things to work on. And then when we're done, we're going to take the judges and these students, and they're going to go upstairs and have a conversation so they can talk about things a little bit more. So please don't attack everyone quite yet, and then we'll let them come down and kind of meet with you. But it was that was actually quite equitable in terms of the way the money was given out. They big fans of the companies, and so let's give them another round of applause. All right, so we're going to go in reverse order. So Thrift Jam, you're first. Now there's no first, second, third, fourth, fifth. I mean, there are different amounts, but we just had them give out money, and so they wanted to give you $1,250. So. Oh, do you have the check? All right, come on up. Is there someone that takes pictures? Come on up. All right. All of Chantel's training in dance and figure skating comes to this, right? All right, I don't know, who's taking pictures? Oh, right there. Okay, oh, sorry, I'll get out of your way. She just had her ACL fixed and I'm getting in her way. Okay, congratulations to Thrift Jam. All right, you're on the spotlight for a second. Dan, you've got some advice for them.
weeds, rotten, whatever you are. Some serious advice. I love everything you're doing. Too many fixed costs at the vehicle. If you want to blow $12,500 on a van, my recommendation would be to get an SUV, downscale, and then pull up to these events and make it a lifestyle choice. And then as you can afford to buy that bus, what a great goal. Number two, as we were discussing backstage, everybody's looking for a purpose. You didn't accentuate that you're saving the environment enough in your presentation, that when you can get all of us to believe in your purpose and invite us to participate in something larger than ourselves, I think I would buy your clothing just because of that. And number three, stay up with the fad, but come up with some other product besides just clothing. You could add in a cap, your own brand, some cool sandals, whatever you could do. And so my advice to you would be to just downscale every bit of your fixed costs right now. Just go on a shoestring, and when the time is right, you'll have enough money in the bank to go buy that bus and upscale it. So use this money that we're giving you wisely, but I would do it on creating little clubs on campus, go to fraternity sororities, go to, create some sort of a little home party, and you come in and present your stuff, and, give the person who hosts you in their family room free clothing. And last, quick story, Polo comes out with their shirts. They cost $50 a piece back before you were born. And so I bought a few because everybody knew they were the most expensive clothing on the planet. Send that image. I took them to the cleaners one time, and I had to walk around like this to make them fit. It didn't work. They were the worst clothing on the planet. And two guys, college roommates, they decided to pool their money. They got the highest quality, 100% cotton shirts out of Korea. They created their own logo. They spent all their money on inventory, had no money for marketing. So they got a list of all the top celebrities, the influencers, and they sent them all one shirt. Please respond. If you like this shirt, if you like the quality, please DM us, whatever the case may be. It's how Izod started, and the rest is history. They went into Nordstrom's and they said, oh my gosh, everybody's coming in here asking for your brand. How do we get it? And they made millions of dollars. Just get some celebrity influencers to start wearing your brands, and everything's cool. Congratulations.
Good job. Okay. So, what's your handle again? Thrift Jam Co. Thrift Jam Co. On Instagram. So go there if you want that. And Izod are now back in their store because it's back in fashion now. It's 20 years later. So, all right. Next we have Blue Collar Holler. Cody, where are you? All right. Peter's going to talk to you, and they decided to give you $1,550. Peter.
My honor to give you some feedback. First of all, congratulations for your passion. And this being your second entrepreneurship at age 19 is fantastic. That's the type of people we need more of in the world. Actually, often the big companies are not what changes the world, but it's people like you. Keep that passion up. There will be many challenges in any business like you already experienced in lawn care. But your passion is what's going to drive you through it, your why for doing it. Couple of thoughts on that is that try to be unique, and you're already trying to do that in your branding of the blue collar, but be as unique as you can, because there are many people that are hauling stuff off. I mean, there are even county pickups that are available. Another thought is that try to keep customers coming back. So not think of it as a one-time transaction, but rather there's a multiple thing. So have people schedule one pickup in the spring and another pickup in the fall, and have that year after year after year. And maybe even if they commit to 3 years or something, then there is a discount of some kind. Competitive advantage is really key of thinking about how can you be unique, because there are a lot of people hauling stuff. Another advice would be keep living by your shoestrings. keep the expenses down. I mean, the equipment of $7,000 or $8,000 for a piece of equipment is a lot of money. Keep those costs down as much as you can. So, congratulations.
All right, good job. Good job, Cody. Yep. All right, Colton, why don't you come out here? All right, Colton, the Sharks have decided to award you $2,200. All right. And Jane is going to give you some advice. She's a bit of a fan of yours right now anyway. So
Can you already tell? I am a fan of yours. So I want to applaud you for taking something that's really difficult and turning it into a way to help other people who are experiencing challenges in their own lives and helping to make their lives better. Your story, I feel, is so inspiring that I would keep that first and foremost in all that you do as you move forward with your business strategy and with your branding. I would, I'm thinking of, like, have you read Atomic Habits? Do you know James Clear's story? It's on the what? Yeah, awesome. Listen to it on Audible. He tells his story of his accident at the beginning of the book. And then this is a wildly popular book, and it's a phenomenal book. And he talks about the tiny little 1% better each day habits that he used to recover and then to turn things around. Do you blog? Are you telling your story, your journey, your recovery?
I have in the past. It's something I haven't kept up on. It's something I want to do because
I would make it a priority because if you think about, this is going to be the center of your branding. Okay, so you and your story, your personality, is what's going to bring people to your product and differentiate you from the other stuff that's out there by the other companies that produce stuff. So I would start telling your story of your journey of recovery, your struggles, your triumphs. Let people start connecting with you personally. I would consider, so you're part owner in this company. So I started to look up Havenue, the website. It wouldn't pull up, but I'm guessing it's probably kind of a generic offering, whatever, right? Is there?
Yeah, there's
are
definitely,
you in it yet?
No, there's definitely more we plan to add in the near future.
Yeah. So this might be hard for you because I sense your personality might be hard. It might be hard, like coming to your board meeting and saying, you need to put me at the center of all of this, but I wouldn't hesitate, really. And I happen to have gotten a little tip back there on who at least one of your mentors is. You've got a fantastic access to a top-notch mentor.
I do.
Leverage that. I happen to meet that person here tonight. Super excited to hear their story and their journey, and listen to them, access them, make sure you drive a regular communication so that they can influence that along with you. So to that point around branding, that was one of my biggest kind of things that stood out as opportunity. And I'm thinking about also Sarah Noni blankets. They took the name of both of their grandparents, and it's Sarah and Noni are the two. So just where you can tell the story around, create and tell the story around what you're doing is going to really push you forward in the marketplace. And let's see what else I've got for you. I was thinking about with your audiences that think about ranking who your top segments are, so students or vets or whatever, and then profile them and get a sense of what they need and what they like for their style and for the functionality, and look at expanding the offerings to other accessories, water bottle holders, other transportation. Lots of fun ideas came up. So after we're here, we could, over ice cream, keep talking.
Yeah,
because there are lots of ideas.
Yeah.
So good job.
Thank you.
Good job, Colton. Just want to say, I told Colton to name the bag after his daughter. Should have listened to me. All right, next we have Hero Cleaners. Where are you? There you go. Let's go. Come on up. All right. The Sharks have decided to award you two $1,550. Congratulations. All right, Paul is going to give you some advice.
Congratulations, and thank you for being here. And I would urge you to look at your business a little differently. Think about this as a business that you are going to do for the rest of your careers, okay? When you approach it and you go about creating this, and think of it as something beyond just, I'm washing windows or I'm cleaning or whatever, okay? Think particularly of those who own that house. I'll take this from my wife's experience. We have a family of 3 sons who come to our house. They come at the end of every winter, and they come to us rather than us going to them, and they come and clean every window in our house. And the great part of it is it is done perfectly. It is done expertly. The windows just look, like they're not there. It's fantastic. We never have to call them. We never have to worry about it. We know the day they're going to show up is because the weather's clear. It's the first clear day. So I urge you to think about how you can change your approach to this, thinking of the homeowner, how you can make it such that you are really valuable. That if you don't show up, I'm going, where are they? What happened? And then make sure that when you walk up, one of the things I really appreciate is they come to our door, they knock on the door, they say, let me go through this house with you, and if you see anything that we've missed, we'll immediately take care of it. And they really want us to be fully and completely pleased by the time they leave. And if you do that, and then take this may only be for 2 or 3 years, I don't know when you're going to do it for how long, but think of it as how you learned skills here that you will then apply to every single other business you do. And so whether you're making ice cream like we did, or whether you're making clothing like others, every single skill you will learn, you can apply as you go to the next business, the next one, and the next one. And it's all about customers and taking care of your customers and doing what they need. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
All right, the Larsons and Dakota, come on up. Not all 3 Larsons, just 2 of them. All right, okay. The Sharks have decided to award Lawn Games Unlimited $1,450. Congratulations. All right, Steve is going to give you some advice.
So congratulations, great name, great concept, excellent presentation, very graphical, got the whole sense of the energy, just a lot I like about it. It creates a lot of fun memories. A couple thoughts are, if you were to consider maybe identifying what your purpose is for what your business model is helping accomplish. For example, we have so many of our kids, grandkids, us also, that are so involved in our computers or our phones. Oftentimes it's hard to get away and enjoy these experiences, these bonding experiences bring us great memories, family, friends, and so if you could somehow incorporate in your marketing that the purpose is to get out and live life and enjoy life, and that it's there's just so much to celebrate. I think that might be, whatever that message is, I think that would be something that would be perceived really well. Also, I wonder if maybe you have the winter games also, winter games that unlimited, that, and maybe it's something that's done inside, or maybe it's outside also. I mean, that might be an avenue to also expand and grow on. And I know pickleball is really big inside, and there's other activities, and maybe they're in your marketing. You could target certain demographics like young men, young women groups throughout the area. That would be a natural group to maybe target. Large family reunions. Maybe there's a lot of things you could do up at Bear Lake in the summertime because there's so many families up there, and they're always looking for activities. Maybe you're adding additional games. I think your game depth was really good, but you can maybe explore what are the other games out there that people enjoy doing. I don't know if it's horseshoes, I don't really know, it's badminton, it's volleyball, but find areas to do that. The other thing I would do is probably really, if you want to scale this and create a franchise out of it, I would really focus in your backyard and really asking your clientele, what is it that they like? What is it that they would like to add to it? I know that there's also a lot of things like board games that the kids our kids particularly really enjoy, and we get to get on weekends and play board games with our kids because it's, it bonds us together. So, and that might be the winter games, part of it. And so anyway, there's just a lot of things I think expand on, but I think it's a great idea, great direction you're going, a lot of energy there, and I wish you the most success.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you again, everyone, for coming and making it through this. We have some ice cream in the back. And again, final round of applause for these wonderful judges who take some time to do this for us. Thanks.